a device update, but it might not be. Yeah, just maybe do that Windows update afterwards. See if it fixes anything.
And we are live on Zoom.
On YouTube. All right. Well, for folks who hopefully are still out there in YouTube land, we're going to get started with our reading of The Devil Wears Prada. And we're going to do some really quick introductions here and then jump right into our script. Starting with player one, which is Hannah, if you want to introduce who you are and who you're playing and all that.
Hi, my name is Hannah Butterfield, and I'm playing Andy. My pronouns are she, her. I'm in Kansas City area in Missouri, in the US. And you can find me at hannahbutterfield.actress on Instagram and Hannah Butterfield on Facebook.
Awesome. Let's go down to Aubrey.
Hi, you cannot see my picture at the moment, but hi, I'm Aubrey. My pronouns are whatever you want them to be. And I am from California, and I will be playing Emily for this. And you can find me on at Lucy and the Fair at Instagram, or you can find my music under Aubrey McCoy under Spotify. There you go.
Heather.
Hello, my name is Heather Lee Cameron. My pronouns are she, her. I live in Lethbridge, Alberta, Canada, but I'm a dual citizen of Canada and the United States. Tonight, I will be playing Miranda, and you can find me on YouTube under The Storm and Latter-day Saint, on Facebook under Heather Lee Freelancer, and on Instagram under Heather Lee Cameron. That's all.
Awesome. All right. Simon.
Hi, my name is Simon Squire. I am referred to by he, him, and I am in Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada. And tonight I will be playing Nigel, Doug, and Christian. And I can be found on Blue Sky at Simon Squire Actor, Instagram at Simon Squire Actor, or Facebook as Simon Squire.
Cool. John.
Hello everyone, I'm John Gomez. My pronouns is they, them. I'm from Manila, Philippines, and I am playing as guard, editorial assistant, Nate, and sales representative. And you can find me on social media, the JC Gomez Show, the official Instagram page of my podcast. And I also have another account on Instagram, JC Gomez Official, my official account for my non-podcast when I'm doing non-podcasting. And also I also have my own Whitwood group called Musical Theater Fans Whitwood and Casting Games. That's my own Whitwood reading group. So if you are interested, you can join that group. Just search Musical Theater Fans Whitwood and Casting Game on Facebook. You can find it. And currently the member of that group is only 43.
Cool.
Thank you. That's it.
All right. Padmini. Padmini, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I was just getting it to work. Yeah, sorry, I was here from the beginning. And so my name is Padmini, and today I will be playing Sherry, girl number 2, Lily, Lisa, sales girl, Richard, and James.
Awesome.
And I live in New Providence, New Jersey. Thank you very much.
All right. Let's go down to Vicky.
Hi, I'm Vicki Dykes. My pronouns are she, her. I live in Penhold, Alberta, Canada. Today I will be reading mostly actions and descriptions, the first and third sections. And I have a small part, Jocelyn, in the second section, just a few lines. And you can find me on Instagram, I'm YogaGramma10, and on Facebook under the name Vicky Dykes.
Cool. And I am Kat Wilson, she, her, out of Gig Harbor, Washington, in the US. Tonight I'll be playing girl number 1 and the rest of the actions and descriptions. And when I'm not here, you can find me at Two Households in Fair Corona, a Shakespeare reading group, and that's on Facebook. All right, we're going to get started with our script, The Devil Wears Prada. We'll do the first half of it tonight and the next half of it tomorrow or next week.
Yes, and I'd like to apologize to viewers because I'm actually an actor, a writer, a freelance journalist, and a creative freelancer. Sorry for not adding that to my introduction.
That's okay.
I don't know if we can forgive you.
I suck at introducing myself, okay? I just get nervous.
We're fine. All right, let's be Vicky. Let's start with the title screen here and we'll continue reading.
The Devil Wears Prada, screenplay by Peter Hedges. Revisions by Howard Michael Gould, Paul Rudnick, and Don Roos. March 10th, 2005. Fade in. Interior, Chateau France Day. An elegant 17th century mansion, a short distance from Paris. A dinner is set for about 100 people. Everything is perfect. Exquisite flowers, linen, silver. Anyone who's anyone in the fashion world is here. We see Lagerfeld, Valentino, Marc Jacobs, Nigel Kipling, a dapper man in his late 30s, early 40s, speaks at a podium at the center of the dais on one side of the room. Our point of view is from someone else on the dais, so we see Nigel from the back.
Her name has become legend. Her magazine is the Bible for anyone interested in style, taste, and sophistication. Without a doubt, one of the most elegant women ever to walk the planet. I give you Miranda Priestley.
Loud applause rings out, and from the back we see Miranda Priestley approaching the podium. We can only make out her fancy updo, the curves of her couture gown. As Miranda lingers, taking in the applause, we reverse to see whose point of view we are watching from. Andy Barnes, 20s, pretty, elegantly put together. She stands a few feet behind Miranda. She applauds, smiling. Some of Miranda's light spills onto Andy. Miranda starts to talk, and we hear a brief screech of feedback. The screech dissolves into a flashback to exterior Midtown Street Day. The screech of a taxi rounding a corner. 6 months earlier, Andy walks out of a subway station, clutching a piece of paper with directions on it. Andy looks nothing like the polished young woman from the chateau. Her hair and makeup are college student simple. She wears her best: white shirt, blue skirt, comfortable shoes. Morning rush hour, pedestrians bustle past. She checks her paper.
2 blocks to 57th.
Exterior, 57th Street, day. She looks up at an address, 125. She walks in. A guard quickly stops her, indicates she should sign his clipboard, which she does.
What floor is Elias Clark?
Beat. The guard just looks at her. Her heart starts to pound.
Don't tell me.
Bonnie, you want West 57.
Exterior, 57th Street, day. Andy busts out of the wrong building and starts to run, but she's moving against the pedestrian tide. We widen out to see Andy bucking the flow of people like a salmon going upstream. She gets to an intersection, starts to cross a street, and just misses being decked by a bike messenger. He flips her off. She barely hesitates, starts running again. Exterior, 57th Street, day. Andy is looking at numbers, and she sees, looming in front of her, an elegant tower. Elias Clark, 125. She runs towards it. Interior, alias Clark Day. Andy trots into the building, out of breath, and stops, overwhelmed by what she sees. The lobby looms around her. The place is so big, so unto itself. It's probably rains in here. Interior Human Resources Office Day. Andy sits across from a bored-looking woman, Sherry. On the wall behind Sherry are framed covers from all the Elias Clark magazines, a news magazine, a cooking magazine, a fitness magazine, and Runway. Sherry clicks away on her computer.
Thank you for replying to my query letter. I'm very excited about the opportunity to.
You like race cars?
Huh?
Huh?
Actually, for me, it's a toss-up between race cars and monster trucks.
I have two openings, one at Auto Universe and one at Runway.
The fashion magazine? But
That's it. That's what we have.
what if I come back next week?
Might have nothing at all.
Interior Runway Reception Area, Day. Sleek, elegant, hard-edged chic. Behind a large reception desk is an elegant logo that says Runway. Andy walks over to the desk.
I'm here about the assistant job.
The receptionist points her towards a seating area where there are a few other women waiting, each a tall, thin, dressed to kill pembot. Andy tries to smile at one of them, who looks away. Andy sits. She can hear two of the other women chatting softly.
I can't believe I'm even in this office.
Oh, I know. I would murder my best friend to get this job.
Exterior reception later. Andy is trying to arrange herself on the uncomfortable sofa when suddenly a taller, thinner, and amazingly more groomed version of the women in the room walks in. This is Emily, who looks a part of the sleek fashionista, but is propelled by a core of barely tamped down anxiety.
Andrea Barnes?
Emily looks up. Their eyes meet. As Emily takes in how different Andy looks from everyone else, Andy springs up and follows her down the hallway. Interior Runway Day. Emily walks Andy down the hall.
Who put you up for this job?
Human Resources sent me.
They do have an odd sense of humor.
At the end of a long corridor is a bullpen, two desks outside a large corner office. Andy can only see part of the corner office, but it is seductively bright, sending light streaming into the bullpen. Andy and Emily sit down.
Miranda has two assistants. I'm the first, and we're interviewing for the second junior assistant. Miranda is an amazing woman, a legend. Working for her sets you up to work anywhere in publishing. A million girls would kill for this job.
Sounds great.
The thing is, Andy, we are a fashion magazine, and an interest in fashion is crucial.
What makes you think I'm not interested in fashion?
Emily gives her a look. Suddenly, Emily's BlackBerry goes off. She gasps.
Oh my God. Oh no, 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 no.
What's wrong?
Exterior, Elias Clark Day. A black sedan pulls to a sudden stop outside the building. Interior, Runway Day. Emily springs to her feet.
What the hell is she doing here?
She begins rapid-fire dialing 4-digit extensions.
She's on her way. Call everyone. Tell everyone.
Just then, Nigel, looking dapper as usual, rushes over to Emily.
Her driver text messages. Her colorist has the flu.
Nigel turns and calls out to the office. Scroll back up.
Man your battle stations.
He runs down the hall, popping in Altoids and brushing himself with a lint roller at the same time. Exterior, Elias Clark Day. The sedan door opens. We see more flashes as Miranda, $2,000 crocodile manolas, Chanel jacket, perfect hair, fabulous Harry Winston earrings. Interior, Elias Clark Day. Everyone is in a high state of alert. Assistants frantically push clothing racks out of the way. Editors race into their office. Andy peers in, sees one of the editors changing from kitten heels to sky-high stilettos. Sees another curling her lashes, another lining her lips, another pulls on a body shaper under her dress. Interior, Elias Clark Day. We watch Miranda, still only a partial view of her, click-clacking through the lobby in her 4-inch heels. And we see people reacting to her. Guards, assistants, and secretaries cower. Distinguished executives bow their heads in respectful greeting. Miranda maintains a high rate of speed towards the elevator. As she's about to get in, she sees a lowly editorial assistant in the elevator. He immediately leaps out.
Sorry, Mrs. Presley.
She doesn't acknowledge his existence. Her perfectly manicured fingers presses one of the buttons. Interior, runway day. Emily looks around to see if everything's perfect. Notices Andy.
Oh my God, you're still here. Go.
Andy gets up.
No, stay. I don't want you walking past her. Just sit there and I'll pray she doesn't notice you marring the area.
Andy sits.
Wow, this is like self-esteem camp.
Interior, runway day. Miranda steps out of the elevator, and for the first time, we see her head on. Miranda Priestley in all her glory. She is stunning, perfectly put together. A white Hermes scarf around her neck. Miranda's look is so distinctive, you can spot her a mile away. She is unlike any other beautiful woman, singularly Miranda. Interior, runway day. Emily runs up the hall to Miranda and walks her to her office.
Why didn't you confirm?
I did. He must have gotten sick overnight. I'm so sorry, Miranda.
Sorry is just an excuse to make the same mistake again.
We see Andy watching this, but Miranda seems not to notice her.
Okay, here are the bullets so far. 7, Simone called from the Paris office. She figured out dates with testing for the Rio shoot and confirmed with Giselle. And then at 7:15, Michael Kor called about the Model of the Year party. He's at his house on the Caymans. I have that number. At 7:30, Natalie from Glorious Foods called to see whether you'd like the vegetarian filled with mixed berries, praline, or warm rhubarb compote. At 8:15, Miss Samuels called to remind you about parent-teacher conference at Dalton tonight. You and your husband have reservations to be at Les Bernardines immediately following. And then at 8:30, Donatella Versace called about the upcoming Miami trip. She wants to know, do you need any staff besides the driver, chef, Pilates instructor, personal assistant, 3 maids, and a yacht captain? Said to call her back ASAP as the good yacht captains get snapped up very quickly.
Fine. I'll be ready to roll calls in 2 minutes. Let's try Donatella first. Then I want Michael, Simone, and then Jay-Z. And tell Nigel I need an answer about swimwear.
Miranda stops at Emily's desk, takes off her coat, dumps it on Emily's chair, walks past Andy. Emily is relieved, but then,
Who was that?
damn, she noticed her.
Nobody. I mean, I was pre-interviewing assistants for you, but she's the last one. And she's the last one. But
I'll do it. You obviously can't do anything right.
Miranda goes into her office. Emily looks at Andy.
Oh my God, this is so not happening right now.
Interior, Miranda's office, day. Andy enters, hesitant. Behind her, Emily watches, nervous. Andy now has a better view of Miranda's gleaming office. A single flower in a Steuben vase, photos by Avedon, Penn, Testino, and Missel. A large photo taken by a very good photographer of Miranda, her husband Stefan, and her twin girls Cassidy and Caroline, and playing on a beach in the Hamptons. Iced Pellegrino on a coaster on the desk, every current issue of any relevant magazine fanned out precisely on a table. Andy walks in. Miranda is busy writing. Doesn't look up.
Who are you?
My name is Andy Barnes. I recently graduated from.
Andy hands Miranda her resume, which Miranda ignores. She finally looks up and gives Andy her patented once over, top to bottom, every molecule dissected. The phone buzzes. Miranda picks it up.
Yes. All the swimwear by 3 today. What was your major?
English, but with an emphasis in journalism.
Why are you here?
Because I think I could do a good job as your assistant, and
Why are you here?
Andy is so taken aback by her directness, she blurts the truth.
my resume got me a meeting with human resources, and they said it's this or Auto Universe.
Miranda takes us in,
You don't
pleased by her
read.
honesty.
You don't read Runway, do you?
No,
And before today, you had never heard of me, had you?
no.
And you have no style or sense of fashion?
That depends on.
That wasn't a question.
She finally picks up Andy's resume, glances.
Editor-in-chief of the Daily Northwestern. Impressive.
I was also won a nationwide competition for college journalists with my series on the Janitors Union.
Miranda
That's
holds
all.
up her hand.
That's all.
Andy, startled by the abruptness, keeps talking.
That uncovered the exploitation of the.
Miranda stares. Andy abruptly stops talking, heads for the door, but then she stops and turns.
Okay, listen. I may not know too much about fashion, but I'm smart and resourceful, and I will work very hard, and
And Miranda says nothing.
that's it. That's what I wanted to say. And now I'll just. Bye-bye.
Interior, Missouri's night, a dark, loud, bustling bar, one of those mix-something bars you spend your 20s in. Andy is with her boyfriend Nate, a friendly, handsome guy with a great smile, and their friends from college, Doug and Lily. Doug is built like a linebacker and sweet as hell. Lily is arty and offbeat. Andy is in a full body cringe.
I basically came out and told her I had no idea that she's one of the most important people in New York publishing. Oh, and then I rambled like a crazy person.
When do you find out if you got in?
Have you not heard what I've been saying? I was a jackass. I'm not getting it.
You never know. Miranda Priestley is famous for being unpredictable.
Oh my gosh. How is it that you know who she is and I didn't?
I'm actually a girl.
That would explain so much.
Seriously, Miranda is a big deal. I bet a million girls would kill for that job.
Okay, now you're really scaring me.
He shrugs. Andy thinks.
Maybe I shouldn't let this bother me. It's a fashion magazine. It's all about cleavage and lip gloss, right? I turned down law school to be a journalist. Runway's not right for me.
Her friends exchange glances.
I don't know. You do have to start somewhere.
Yeah, look at Nate. He's flipping chicken breasts at O'Neill's now so he can work his way to being a chef. And I would take any job in the art world, even if it was not exactly what I wanted.
So what you're saying is, I just blew my big break in journalism. Great.
Beat. Andy puts her head in her hands, bummed.
Luckily, I already have my dream job.
Huh? You're a corporate research analyst?
Which totally rocks! Best things are the free bagels on Thursday, and the horse.
She looks at him.
Okay, so there are no bagels. And only a couple of horse.
Interior Nate's apartment, dawn. Small, with a view of an air shaft. The bed's a futon. On the floor, Andy and Nate are asleep. Dim light starts to trickle into the apartment. Nate wakes up, pulls Andy closer. Soon they're kissing. Their kisses become less sleepy, more urgent, and at that moment, Andy's cell phone rings. Loud, with a ringtone that's ironically obnoxious. Say, "Oops, I did it again." Andy feels around, finds a phone.
Hello? Now?
She looks over at the alarm clock, which reads 6:45 a.m. Interior Andy's apartment, morning. Andy, in a hurry, has tried on every bit of clothing she owns. There's a huge discard pile on the bed. Her closet is empty. She looks at her outfit in the mirror and is promptly overcome by a wave of self-hatred. She tries to pull her sweater off. The neck hole is too small. She hops around, tugging. Interior reception, day. Andy steps off the elevator with all.
Did we just lose audio?
Nope. My turn, Vicky, sorry. Interior reception, day. Andy steps off the elevator with all the runway girls who are turned out to perfection. She looks completely out of place. Interior reception, day. Andy sits on the body-twisting sofa, and Emily strides in.
I hope you know that this is a very difficult job for which you are totally wrong. And if you mess up, my head is going to be on the chopping block.
She instantly turns on her heels. Andy follows.
So, no pressure then.
We have 7 minutes before Miranda gets here. Let's go.
Interior runway, day. Emily walks Andy through the hallways of the offices, introducing her to people, though not slowing down.
This is Jocelyn from Accessories. Jocelyn, this is Andy, the new me. Andy, this is Steph, Assistant Art Director.
All the women we're meeting are around 25, 6 feet tall, and about 100 pounds. The male employees, straight or gay, are all expertly styled and groomed. Suddenly, Emily sees a tall, gorgeous African American woman.
What are you doing here, you witch?
Padmini.
I just popped over to say hi to Nigel.
Emily and Lisa hug. Emily turns to Andy.
This is Lisa. I'm the old her. Miranda loves her and got her another totally fab job.
Andy looks at Lisa, curious.
It's not a big deal. Assistant editor of the New Yorker.
The New Yorker? You're kidding me.
Yeah, she's a huge kidder, especially with people she doesn't know or care about.
She gives Lisa a look. Can you believe these newbies?
And here's the man himself.
She waves her arm toward the dapper gentleman Andy saw yesterday with the Altoids. He extends a hand to Andy.
Nigel Kipling, fashion director. You must be the new Emily.
He studies her, a more benevolent version of Miranda's appraisal. Finally, he sees her feet.
What are those?
My shoes. My mom bought these for me at Nordstrom's my sophomore year.
So they're like vintage?
She smiles. No idea. He takes her hand and spins her around.
Oh my God, I love your look. It's like Oklahoma and New Jersey fell in love and had a baby.
Actually, I'm from Cincinnati.
No, it's not possible. Not you.
He kisses her on the cheek.
Welcome to the dollhouse, baby.
He hooks his arm through Lisa's arm and sweeps her away. Emily turns to Andy.
I have 3 more minutes to explain to you your entire job.
Interior runway day. Emily shows Andy her desk next to hers in the bullpen in front of Miranda's office.
You and I are responsible for the phones. One of us must always be here to answer them. Other than that, we have totally different jobs. I'll be in charge of her schedules, her expenses, her appointments, and most importantly, I get to go with her to Paris for Fashion Week in the fall.
Emily points to the Eiffel Tower screensaver on her monitor.
That sounds great.
Paris is fabulous. You wear couture, you go to all the shows. It's the best thing that could ever happen to a person. And this time, that person is me.
Andy looks at Emily, amazed by her intensity. Just then, Nigel comes over. He's carrying a pair of stunning black Jimmy Choo slingbacks.
I guessed 8.5.
That's right, but I don't think I'll...
Fine. Use them as a paperweight.
He leaves the shoes and walks away.
Now your duties. First, the food.
Interior runway day. Emily shows Andy how to set up for Miranda's arrival. They move between the kitchen, the outer office, and Miranda's office.
It must be Pellegrino, frigid, and placed on her desk in the 2 o'clock position. There are only 2 coasters we use. They're made of zebra wood.
Excellent. I don't know what that is, but it sounds cool.
Her breakfast and lunch are always the same. Scrambled eggs and bacon for breakfast. For lunch, a steak so rare it's practically talking. Once a day, we do a Starbucks run, and she gets a tall white chocolate mocha, hotter than lava, 2 blueberry muffins, and a cranberry blister. This bar.
I can't believe she eats like that. She's so thin.
I know. She has the one thing I've always wanted, a metabolism.
Emily scoops up an armful of magazines.
Last thing, the periodicals.
They walk into Miranda's office. Emily spreads out the magazines on a table.
Fanned out exactly 3/4 of an inch between them.
They step back into the outer office. Emily looks at the clock.
And then,
The clock ticks over to 7:30.
boom.
And at that instant, Miranda appears, talking on her cell phone, leaving people scurrying behind her.
I told him there's no way we're doing tartan or taffeta again.
She walks by Andy and Emily without acknowledging them or stopping her conversation. She drops her coat on Andy's desk and walks into her office.
Second assistant also does coat.
Coat?
Emily opens a closet. Andy takes the coat and hangs it up.
Coat. Got it.
And you will also eventually be responsible for the book.
The book? I'm repeating everything you say, aren't I? Wow, that's annoying.
Emily shows Andy a large wire-bound collection of pages as big as a phone book. Emily opens it and leafs through it.
The book is the Bible. The current issue is its latest form. Miranda needs to approve every single thing in the magazine, so she edits it at night. The book is the most important thing you will ever touch in your whole life, including your newborn children, and eventually the face of God.
Andy looks at it. It's very impressive and cool.
Every night we deliver the book and her dry cleaning to her house.
To her house? Oh, I did it again.
You will only get to deliver this book to Miranda. You will only get to deliver the book when Miranda trusts you and feel you're worthy. Until then, I get the lovely task of staying late waiting for all of the departments to be done.
Just then, Emily's phone rings. She picks it up.
She wants to see you.
Emily holds up the Jimmy Choos.
I'm begging you.
Thank you, but I really don't think I need those. You must be fine with how I dress. She hired me, remember?
Interior Miranda's office day. Andy walks in, smiling, eager. Miranda's chair faces away from her.
Good morning, Miranda. What can I do for you?
And Miranda turns. Her gaze lands on Andy's shoes. Then her eyes travel up to Andy's face, a process which seems to take forever. Then all of a sudden, of all the scary things she could do, Miranda does the scariest. Smiles. Interior runway day. Andy flies out of Miranda's office, briskly walks past Emily, takes the Jimmy shoes, puts them on, and walks back into Miranda's office. Emily promptly takes a tissue from her desk, picks up Andy's shoes, and puts them in the trash. Andy walks back out.
She said she needs a skirt from Ralph Lauren for the Meisel shoot with Naomi next week.
Did she say which skirt? Did she say which kind? Color, shape, fabric? God, I hate when she does that.
Interior runway later. Emily jots some things down. Andy checks her subway map.
To get to the Ralph Lauren store, I take the 6 and...
Oh, you're not going to the store.
Of course not. I'm going to his house.
You are going to the showroom. It's across the street from Miyake over on Madison.
Miyake. Super. Is that a restaurant?
Emily gives her a completely disgusted look.
I'm guessing no.
You need to pick up some other things as well.
She hands Andy a list.
Great.
Andy stands up, clutching her subway map.
And you do not take the subway on Elias Clark business, ever.
Wait, you're kidding. I take a taxi?
Emily hands her a list.
You have exactly 45 minutes to get everything done.
Exterior Elias Clark day. Andy steps out, sees a black Lincoln town car, walks over to it, can't help but smile. Interior town car day. Andy looks around happily, notices a little fridge, opens it.
Oh my gosh, Diet Coke.
The driver, Roy, meets her eye in the mirror.
I'm just, a little thirsty.
Roy smiles, amused. Interior Ralph Lauren showroom day. Andy watches as the sales rep brings out skirt after skirt.
You must be new. Congratulations. People will kill for you, for your job.
I've heard that.
Of course, she can keep this as long as she needs. And here,
She brings out a bag, begins piling items into Andy's arms.
for Miranda's twins, they love the rugbies, and for her husband, I threw in a couple new suits.
Interior Chanel day. Andy enters Chanel, a towering 3-story structure on 57th. The salesgirl hands her a pair of teensy white tennis shorts.
Is this for one of the twins?
Mini?
Custom made for Miranda, silly.
Andy looks at the shorts. Inhumanly teensy. Interior Hermes day. The Hermes salesgirl piles about 25 scarf boxes onto Andy's outstretched arms.
You want me to get the driver to help you?
No time. Running late.
Interior Elias Clark lobby day. Jocelyn, the accessories editor, waits for the elevator. Andy, winded, carrying the towering tower of scarf boxes, races over.
I made it back in time. You don't care, do you?
Miranda does have an eye for the sharp girls.
She must really like these things.
They're her signature, the Hermes white scarf. She's never seen without them, and she goes through them like Kleenex.
Oh. If by chance you ever need any writing done, I was the editor of my college newspaper.
Jocelyn looks at her.
And there's that thing again where you don't care.
They hear the ding of the elevator and walk in, but suddenly Jocelyn sees Miranda walking toward the elevator. She immediately gets out. Miranda stands by the elevator, looking at Andy. Andy stays, looking confused. Miranda waits. Finally, Jocelyn walks in and pulls Andy out. Miranda gets in the elevator alone. After the doors close,
We can't ride up with her? Why?
Half a day on the job and you're still asking why? Oh, that concerns me.
interior runway day. Andy walks in laden with stuff. Emily springs up.
Thank God you're here. I have to pee.
You haven't peed since I left?
I told you, these phones can never be unmanned. Not for a second. I'm going to lunch. We have 14 minutes each. I go first.
Andy watches Emily's pencil-thin hips swing up the hallway.
You eat lunch?
Interior cafeteria day. A pasta bar, deserted. A pizza station, not a soul. A salad bar. Girls crowd the lettuce area, though no one's within a mile of the dressing region. Andy walks over to the deserted soup station, ladles out some corn chowder into a bowl. Nigel joins her.
Hey, Cincinnati.
She smiles. He sees what she's putting on her tray.
Corn chowder. Interesting.
Andy looks at him, confused.
No, great choice. It's just that I think cellulite is actually one of the ingredients of corn chowder.
Isn't corn a vegetable?
You are a breath of fresh air.
Andy and Nigel sit and begin eating.
So none of the girls here eat anything?
Not since 2 became the new 4 and 0 became the new 2.
I'm a 6.
This causes Nigel to choke on his salad. Just then, Andy dips a piece of bread in her chowder and eats it. Across the cafeteria, seeing this, the two fashion assistants gasp in horror like Andy just stuck a fork in her eyeball. Andy notices a short, expensively rumpled man walk in, surrounded by a few important-looking men.
Who is that?
Irv Ravitz, who...
Owns Elias Clark. Wow.
That's him. Tiny, but packs a punch.
Andy watches Irv as he gets a tray and goes through the line.
And he's getting corn chowder. Great minds.
Distracted, watching Irv, Andy accidentally drips on her blouse.
Oh, dang it.
On Nigel, smiling, she looks at him.
Oh, no, you don't.
He looks at her. What?
You want to lend me a blouse.
You got me. I'm an evil clothes lender.
I've already got the shoes. Next thing you know, it's a skirt, and then boom, I'm whirling in and out of revolving doors like Pretty Woman getting totally made over.
And that's a bad thing?
Nigel, I have scruples. I'm a journalist. I won't be working in fashion forever. I don't think I have to change everything about myself just because I have this job.
Who told
Andy's
you
watch
that?
beeps.
I have 45 seconds to get back to my desk.
She smiles and gets up.
Scruples and a digital watch. Oh, the
Interior
horror.
Miranda's office day. The magazine staff is gathered in Miranda's office. Miranda flips through the rack of skirts.
Two 80s. Too floppy. Not 80s enough. Too horrible to be believed.
She looks around at everyone. It is clear she is horribly disappointed.
The layout is supposed to be called the new skirt. These are the oldest, most cliched, tired skirts on earth.
Just then, Andy walks in. Silently, she lays out Miranda's coffee order in front of her.
We need to start over.
She looks at Andy.
Sit down, Emily. I need you to take notes on all these changes. First of all...
Actually, it's Andy.
Pardon?
Andy notices she's brought the room to a screeching halt.
My name is Andy. Actually, it's Andrea, but people call me Andy.
What a fantastic story. So entertaining and full of useful information.
Everyone stares at Andy. Andy takes out a notebook.
The skirt is important, crucial, in fact. Women need separates that can take them through all facets of their day.
She grabs a skirt off the rack. Andy watches her.
This has sequins, but it's denim. It's of no use to anyone. We need to give women clear choices about... What are you looking at?
Me? Nothing.
You think you're above this, don't you? We're talking about skirts and you're smirking.
I'm not smirking.
Inside, you're smirking.
And now the room is totally silent. Everyone there has had this happen to them one time or another, and they're just grateful this time it's not them.
No. I'm not. I'm not above anything. That's my motto, I swear.
You see that droopy sweater you're wearing? That blue was on a dress Cameron Diaz wore on the cover of Runway. Shredded chiffon by James Holt. The same blue quickly appeared in 8 other designers' collections and eventually made its way to the secondary designers, the department store labels, and then to some lovely Gap outlet, where you no doubt found it. That color is worth millions of dollars and many jobs.
She smiles at Andy, who quakes.
Your superior attitude is not acceptable at this magazine, in this industry, or in my presence.
Interior apartment night. Andy is trying to come down from a day of work. She changes out of her work clothes into sweats as she rants. Nate watches her, amused.
She could be the most horrible person I've ever met, seen, or heard about. She's not happy unless everyone else around her is panicked, nauseous, or suicidal.
She pulls an ancient Northwestern sweatshirt over her head.
They all act like they're curing cancer or something. The skirt is important, crucial, in fact. Reality check, lady. This skirt is something you wear because the jeans are in the wash.
You could just not show up tomorrow or ever.
I can't give up, Nate. She might be heinous, but the job is a great opportunity. I swear, though, if what I'd really like to do is go right up to her and say what I really think.
Quick cut to interior runway day. Miranda walks in.
Good morning, Miranda. Nice to see you.
In response, Miranda simply drops her coat in front of Andy and then, without so much as a glance at Andy, walks into her office.
Me? I'm fine. Thanks for asking.
Interior runway day. Andy brings in Miranda's scrambled eggs served on china. She just looks at them.
Those are freezing.
Andy almost starts to say something like, "You didn't taste them," but reins herself in.
I'll get you new ones immediately.
She picks up the tray and carries it out, and with her back to Miranda, makes a face of explosive frustration. Interior runway later day. Andy is at her desk on the phone.
I'll tell Miranda. Okie dokie.
She hangs up. Emily gives her a look of disgust.
So you're saying no on the okie dokie?
Emily hands Andy a piece of paper.
This is Miranda's itinerary for her weekend in Miami with Donatella. If she needs something, she'll call you. One of the perks of being second assistant. Make sure you leave your cell phone on 24/7. Don't mess this up.
On Andy, apprehensive. Exterior West Village Street day. We see Andy's dad, Richard, tall and distinguished, if a few pounds overweight, in a nice suit, is ringing the doorbell to Andy's apartment. Andy appears in the window.
Dad, I'll be right down.
Interior stairwell day. Andy walks Richard up the stairs. He's already breathing heavy.
Richard, I don't usually come to the con law conference, but I figured what a great excuse to come see my Andy.
Interior Andy's apartment night. Andy's father looks around, takes in the smallness, the kitchen tub setup, tries not to broadcast panic or despair.
There's a view.
She walks him to a spot where, if you crane your head and peer over to the side, you can see a tiny sliver of some buildings. Interior Blue Ribbon night. Andy and her dad are eating at a restaurant on Sullivan Street.
So tell me more about the job. Your mother and I can't wait to get your first clips.
Actually, I won't be writing for a while. It's more doing. Administrative stuff for Miranda. Then, if that goes well, I can move up to first assistant, and after that, Miranda might put me up for a better job.
Oh, I see. Might.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems like kind of a gamble, but I've met people who worked for Miranda and went on to great places. The New Yorker.
He eats his food for a beat, not saying anything.
Okay, what? Just say it.
Andy, it's just a little confusing. You're going to move out here. You're so gung ho to move out here, and you're not even doing the thing you said you wanted to do.
I have to work my way up. I have to start somewhere. Look, I know you don't understand because this is not your world, but this job with Miranda is an amazing opportunity.
And here I thought your acceptance to Stanford Law was an amazing opportunity.
Dad,
That school is so hard to get into, and you're throwing that away.
Dad, you're a lawyer. Your father was a lawyer, and your brother. We have enough lawyers in our family.
Then why did you even apply?
Because it's what you wanted me to do. And that's all I've ever done my whole life. What you thought I should do. Well, this is what I want to do. Finally.
So this is your dream, getting coffee for fashion editors?
If I was getting coffee for senior partners, would that make you feel better?
Yes, as a matter of fact, because the law is intellectual, it's substantial, it's...
Just then, the cell phone rings. Andy looks down at it.
It's Miranda.
Andy picks up her cell phone. Interior Miami International Airport night. Miranda is surrounded by crowds heading home for the weekend.
My flight is cancelled.
She starts moving through the airport.
I have to get home tonight. The twins have a recital at school tomorrow morning that I can't miss.
Interior Blue Ribbon night. Andy tries to hear through the noise of the restaurant.
Hold on. I can't hear her. This will just take a second.
She trots outside the restaurant. Exterior Blue Ribbon night. Through the window, we see Richard eat alone. Quick cuts of Andy on the cell phone.
There must be something. I've tried that airline already. Just let me talk to your manager. I'll be back if there's a cancellation. I'm sorry, Miranda. I'm doing the best I can. Apparently, there were a lot of big conventions in town, and of course, I'll keep trying.
Exterior street night. Andy and Richard are standing outside the Minskoff Theater where Fiddler on the Roof is playing. The crowd stream in. Andy is still on the phone. Richard waits, tickets in hand.
Sir, it's very important that she get a seat on that flight. Hold on. Miranda, it's just that all the charter companies are closed and hold on. I'll call you back. Please talk to your supervisor again. Miranda? Hello?
She starts frantically dialing.
Andy, stop this. It's Sunday night, for Christ's sake. Enough is enough. The show is starting. Let's go.
He tries to walk her into the theater.
Dad, I can't.
Yes, you can. You did the best you could. You couldn't get her what she wanted. What she wants is impossible.
She looks at him.
Let's just get in, okay? I haven't seen you in so long.
Andy hesitates.
Okay, fine.
Reluctantly, she puts her phone in her purse, and as she walks in the theater with her dad,
And anyway, Andy, really, it's not your fault. How angry could this woman be?
interior Miranda's office day. To the brightness of Miranda's office, Miranda stands by the window. Andy stands there, cowed.
The girls' recital was great. They played Rachmaninoff, and everyone loved it, except for me, because I was not there.
I'm so sorry, Miranda. You have no idea.
Miranda turns away from the window to look at Andy.
Do you know why I hired you?
Andy shakes her head. Miranda turns to face her.
I always hire the same girl. Stylish, worships the magazine, and they turn out to be disappointing and stupid.
She smiles, that smile that pierces Andy to the core.
But you, with your great resume, I thought you would be different. I thought, go ahead, hire the smart fat girl.
Andy's eyes widen. She's not even remotely fat, of course.
I thought I was being clever, but it turns out you are just as disappointing as those other girls. And the only person I have to blame for your ineptitude is myself, for hiring you.
Andy is frozen where she stands.
You stranded me in the middle of nowhere when my children needed me.
If there was a way, any way, I could make it up to you.
That's all.
And she goes back to her work. Andy stands there a second and then leaves. And we see her eyes start to well. Interior runway day. Andy runs down the hall, biting back tears. She crosses paths with Nigel, who sees the expression on her face and pulls her into his office. Interior Nigel's office day. Nigel closes the door. She looks at him, lips trembling.
Let me guess. You were trying not to cry the whole time you were with her?
And she promptly bursts into tears. He puts his arm around her.
Wow, been there.
No matter what I do, I can't please her. I've always done well at everything I've applied myself to, but this is too hard. She's just so scary and horrible and frightening and scary.
She sniffles, blows her nose. He looks at her.
Are you done?
What?
You want me to say, oh, poor you, Miranda's picking on you? Get real, Cincinnati. Miranda Priestley is impossible. Always has been, always will be. Your job is not about pleasing her, it's about surviving her.
He studies her.
Andy, I've seen a lot of assistants come and go. And you've got talent. You're bright and hardworking, but you're not committed to this job. I bet you don't even read the magazine.
Beat. He looks at her.
Andy, if you want this, start giving this your all. Be who Miranda needs you to be. Or else, quit.
Nigel, I don't want to give up. I don't.
Then, what do you say? Are you in, or are you out?
I'm in. I'll do what it takes, I swear.
He looks at her.
Well, if that's the case...
Oh no.
Andy?
Isn't there another way?
He shakes his head, and she realizes he's right. She sighs.
Go ahead. Say it. Say the
I
word.
can't. Please. Have mercy.
Say it. Say those 3 little words I've been dying to hear since I met you.
Okay, fine. Make me over.
Interior closet day. With a grand gesture, Nigel swings open the door to a large room that's like a treasure cave, piled high with shoes, bags, clothes, furs, jewelry.
The best fashion has to offer, and we get the first look at everything.
Andy gapes, looks around the closet.
How are we going to do this? I only have 11 minutes left on my lunch break.
Oh,
Don't worry, my record is 4 minutes head to toe.
she sees a beautiful, expensive beaded gown in the corner.
Look at that.
She walks over to it, amazed.
That's a James Holt. James Holt? Even I've heard of him.
He's a genius. Owes everything to Miranda. That's Emily's dress for the benefit at the museum in September.
Do I get to go to the benefit?
First you don't want shoes, now you want a ball gown. Only the first assistant goes to the benefit.
Nigel begins picking things out.
Okay, here we go.
He starts flinging clothes at her.
Christian Dior fitted blazer, skirt by Tracy Reese, a little denim mini from Chip and Pepper, Clement Ribeiro cardigan.
Fling, fling, fling. Andy catches him. Interior runway day. Andy, carrying her armful of clothing, is rushed down the hallway into interior beauty department later. Andy is seated in front of a mirror, her hair and makeup being fussed over by so many people we can't even see her. Interior runway day. Emily is on the phone.
I have no idea why Miranda hired her. I knew from the moment I saw her that she was a complete and utter.
And suddenly Andy appears in her gorgeous clothes, her makeup impeccable, hair soft, loose, and pretty. She looks grown up, sexy, and above all, sophisticated.
Disaster.
Just then Miranda's voice sails out.
Andrea.
Andy smiles at Emily and walks into Miranda's office. Interior Miranda's office. Miranda has her back turned, looking at some photos in a light box in her office.
I need these 3 blown up and printed onto.
And just then she glances over at Andy, the transformed Andy, and she gives Andy an almost imperceptible nod of approval. And then she quickly goes back to what she was doing, her back turned to Andy.
And tell him it's too saturated with yellow. We need to bring up the pinks.
And behind her, Andy smiles.
Interior cafeteria day. Andy strides in, heads turn. Is that the same girl? Andy walks confidently under their stairs and heads over to the soup station, where she proudly ladles out some corn chowder and puts it on her tray. Interior runway day. Andy picks up the phone.
Miranda Priestley's office.
We pull out to see that while rolling calls, Andy is also filing things, doing a spreadsheet, and unwrapping presents. She covers the receiver, holds a box to show Emily.
Charlie Rose gave Miranda a phone for her birthday.
She holds up an expensive, fancy Bang & Olufsen phone.
A phone. How tacky. Get rid of it before she sees it.
How do I do that?
Interior McSorsley's night. Andy joins her friends and Nate. Andy plops the phone on the table, but everyone barely looks at the phone. They're all preoccupied by her appearance.
Wow.
I know. Awesome phone, right? Bang & Olufsen. Emily said I could keep it.
She keeps nattering happily.
Hillary Clinton sent a birthday present, and Nelson Mandela, and Lil Kim.
And as they continue to stare,
I can't believe this is you. The girl who wears the same sweater for 3 years in college?
Lily looks at Andy's jacket.
Is that Chanel?
Don't be silly. It's Balenciaga. Anyway, it's just a few clothes for work, so I don't stand out.
Wait, so all the girls there look like that?
No, they're prettier and thinner.
Damn, I love your job.
She reaches into her bag.
I have more stuff.
She hands out perfume, cosmetics, belts. Doug picks up one of the perfume bottles and is about to spray it on his hand when Andy stops him.
It's called Pink for women.
Men can be pink. I have a pink side.
Please, we're eating.
You know who's coming into the office Friday? John Updike.
Why does he need pants?
No, smarty. The magazine publishes some great writers.
Oh yeah, their article on the denim mini changed my life.
They all laugh.
Just because it's a fashion magazine doesn't mean it can't be credible. Miranda has covered some real stories: AIDS in Africa, domestic violence, teenage drug abuse.
Nate shakes his head.
I think you're really starting to drink the Kool-Aid.
Just then Andy's cell phone rings. Nate grabs it.
Let me guess.
Give me the phone.
He checks. The name on the phone is Miranda.
It's the Dragon Lady herself.
Give me the phone.
Andy grabs the phone. Nate tosses it to Doug.
I'll talk to her. Tell her she needs to get her own scrambled eggs.
Andy practically tackles him, grabs the phone away.
Come on, guys. Give me the phone.
They are all stunned by her vehemence, including Andy.
Hello, Miranda?
Interior town car night. Miranda is being driven home.
I need a messenger to pick up some sketches from James Holt.
Interior restaurant night. Andy on the phone.
I'll take care of it myself. Don't worry about it. I'm leaving right now.
She hangs up.
You guys didn't need to be such jerks.
She exits, and all her friends exchange a look. Exterior Elias Clark night. Andy runs into Elias Clark. Exterior Tribeca Street night. Andy pulls up in front of a loft building in Tribeca in a town car. Interior loft night. Andy rings the buzzer. No answer, but she can hear voices behind the door. She pushes it, and it opens. Inside, she sees an industrial style loft with a party going on. Andy looks around. It's one of those New York parties you think you'll never be invited to, and there she is. She walks over to one of the super hot women adorning the party.
Is James Holt here?
She points to a handsome man by the window. James Holt, one of the top designers. 40s, muscular, tan, dressed impeccably. Andy walks over to him.
Hi, I'm Andy. I'm picking up some sketches for Miranda Priestley.
You must be the new Emily. Let me see.
He checks her out.
Shrunken blazer with a long-sleeved chiffon blouse. That outfit has Nigel Kipling written all over it.
He hands her a folio with a handle.
You work for Miranda. You must be in desperate need of hard liquor.
No, I
insist. Come on.
He walks her to the bar. She tries not to stare at the party guests. Is that Lenny Kravitz? Is that Julian Schnabel?
Don't get me wrong. I worship Miranda. She's practically invented me. She'll have the punch. It's deadly. Have fun.
And as he walks away, Andy clutches the glass of punch.
He's right. I had the punch at James's last party. Woke up in Hoboken with my pants wrapped around a telephone pole.
She looks over, sees a great-looking, sophisticated man in his 30s who has an air of mischief. His name is Christian Harper.
I don't want to be rude to him, but I want to go.
No, you don't. You're looking around. You're intrigued. Even titillated.
I love it when total strangers tell me how I feel.
He laughs.
Christian Harper. Sorry for being so editorial. I blame the punch.
Christian Harper? The writer? You write for every magazine I love. Your New Yorker piece on AJ or Al Sharpton that won the National Magazine Award. I actually wrote a paper on it senior year.
Did it mention my good looks and killer charm?
No, but it did mention a few factual errors and your unfortunate insistence on using second person plural.
And what do you do?
I work for Miranda Priestley.
He shakes his head.
You're never gonna make it.
Excuse me?
You're smart, you're nice, and you have a point of view. You can't do that job.
You know nothing about me. You have no idea what I'm capable of.
Andy hands him her glass of punch.
If you'll excuse me, I have to go.
She starts to leave.
Let me guess. You have a boyfriend waiting from, not high school, college? Moderately handsome guy, devoted, about to ask you to move in with him, but you're not sure.
She stares at him, appalled, and, intrigued.
You are not a nice person.
Nice to meet you, Miranda girl.
He walks away. Steam practically pours out of her ears.
For your information, he's really handsome.
This doesn't cause him to turn around, though it does cause a few other people to stare. Andy walks away, embarrassed. Exterior apartment night. Andy's walking back toward Nate's apartment, holding the folio. She crosses paths with Nate.
So you got the nuclear briefcase from the undisclosed location. I'm proud of you.
Where are you going?
Doug and some of his Yahoo friends are playing Texas Hold'em at his apartment. I'm gonna go get me some of that Wall Street money.
But I came back so we could hang out.
Man, I'm sorry. You didn't make that crystal clear when you stormed off after calling me an asshole.
Okay, look, I'm sorry about that.
He gives her a kiss.
I'll see you later, okay?
Nate, hold on a second.
Just then, Nate's cell phone rings. Nate picks up.
Hello? Sure, Dog. I'll get on it. ASAP. A six-pack? No problem. Dutch or German?
Andy looks at him hand on hip.
Very funny.
And what temperature would you like it to be exactly?
He waves to Andy and walks away. Interior apartment, early morning. It's pitch black outside and Nate is fast asleep. But Andy is already awake, getting ready. And it's a more complicated process now, selecting just the right outfit, applying makeup. Interior office, later, day. We see Miranda. She's studying a pile of sketches from the folio Andy picked up the night before. Interior runway, day. Andy is putting away dishes in the kitchen when Miranda appears.
Where's Emily?
She went down to production, but anything you need, Miranda, I'm on it.
You're not going to sing, are you?
Andy shakes her head. No. And Miranda sighs. I guess you'll do. She hands Andy a piece of paper.
I need you to pull these back issues.
Interior town car day. Andy and Miranda ride along in heavy traffic. Miranda is tapping her foot, impatient. Finally, she leans forward to Roy, the driver.
Just let us out here.
She gets out. Andy scrambles to get her stuff and follow. Exterior downtown street day. Miranda sails down the street. Miranda walks fast, weaving in and out of pedestrian traffic like a sports car on the Autobahn. Andy, in her heels, carrying a stack of heavy magazines, races after her. Not easy. Suddenly, Miranda disappears from Andy's line of vision.
Oh, shoot!
She finally sees Miranda crossing the street. Andy tries to follow, stepping into the street without looking both ways as a car misses her by inches. The driver leans out and unleashes a string of Jersey-inflected swear words. No time for Andy to recover. She takes off after Miranda. Exterior Tribeca Street day. Andy realizes they're on James Holt Street. She catches up with Miranda as she enters the building. Interior loft day. Miranda wrangles the heavy door to the loft. If she's permitted to, unsure if she's permitted to be in the elevator with Miranda. She sighs.
Okay, fine. Since we're in a hurry.
Interior elevator day. Beat. Miranda and Andy ride up together.
Interesting building. Last time I was here, James was having this party, and this is why you don't like to ride up in the elevator with people.
Miranda smiles a tight little smile. Precisely. Go ahead, Vicky.
Interior loft day. Miranda sweeps in. Her entrance is a surprise. James Holt runs over to greet Miranda. His assistants stop what they're doing and try not to openly stare. Miranda and James embrace.
An impromptu visit. You are full of surprises.
Miranda places an envelope onto his desk.
The sketches you sent me for fall.
Miranda walks around, looking at the pieces on the mannequins, a hodgepodge of unfinished items.
I was trying to capture the intersection of East meets West. The modern women as geisha meets rock, the star with the little desperate housewives throw it.
Miranda stops in front of a red dress with too many flounces and flourishes and eyes it critically.
But obviously, the collection is still a work in progress.
Actually, no. It isn't, my love.
He looks at her. I beg your pardon?
You are not going to produce this line. If you do, I will not put any of it in the magazine, nor will you get any department store orders.
Miranda, I know the collection is edgy.
I'm looking through the pieces thinking kimonos, motorcycle jackets, gingham. Most of it, I don't get at all. What I do get, I don't like. I cannot let you do this to yourself, or to me. My reputation is on the line here, too.
Andy watches James. The whole room is pin-drop silent.
I gave you editorial coverage before anyone else. I made people take notice of you. I was the only editor in the front row of your first show in that warehouse at the pier. In the front row, clapping.
Miranda steps closer to James, puts a hand on his shoulder.
I remember every piece of that first collection. The swing of the chiffon, the vibrance of the embroidery.
She walks over to Andy and takes the pile of magazines, throws each on the table in front of James as she talks.
September 1997. You revolutionized the hemline. March 1998. You bring back femininity out of that horrible monk phase. June 2000. You're the first one to do the watercolor florals. And February 2002. You radically rethink the empire waist.
She leans into him.
You don't just dress a woman, you embrace her. Give her the love she might never get from a real man.
And now the room is dead silent, everyone rapt. And Miranda is no longer remote. She's talking about something she loves, and it's written all over her. She sees Andy watching this change in her.
You make a woman feel powerful, special, beautiful, even if she is none of those things. Her first day on the job, her wedding, her first date. You are there for all the important moments of a woman's life. That is what you were put on the planet to do. This, on the other hand,
She gestures the collection.
Is just plain bad. Burn it! Think of something else. I know it will be divine.
And with that, She gives him another kiss and sweeps over to the elevator. Andy scoops up the runways and follows.
Miranda,
She turns.
thank you.
She nods. Has no vanity at all about what she said. She exits. And as Miranda goes, one of Holt's assistants bursts into applause. A few others join in, and James glares. They stop. Interior Nate's apartment night. Nate cooks for Andy. He's a chef, and he makes a regular old grilled cheese look absurdly enticing. She digs in, starving.
I think it sounds shitty.
It was kind of harsh, but she was being honest, and she really inspired him. Look, she is tough, but she gets results. She has the best book in the business.
Oh, really? The best book in the business? Well, that justifies being a plant blaming bit.
I'm just saying, she's just as tough on herself. When I get into work at 7:30, there's already a bunch of emails from her, starting at 5 a.m., and the book is back in the office with her notes. I've never seen anyone so dedicated.
You know, I think you're developing a nasty kind of Stockholm syndrome where people identify with their captors. It's like you want to be her now.
Would that be so bad?
He looks at her. Are you serious?
I mean, she can eat as many grilled cheeses as she wants and not gain a pound.
He shakes his head.
Nate, come on. It's me. Same old me with better outfits.
I like your old outfits. Fine.
She gives him a look.
So you don't like my new clothes?
He shrugs. She looks at him.
Really? What about this? This is brand new.
She gestures to her skirt, starts unbuttoning buttons, revealing a bra that costs more than her entire previous wardrobe.
Okay, that I like.
She laughs. Then he kisses her, picks her up, and carries her away from the table. And just then, Andy's cell phone rings, and they look at each other, and both know she's going to get it. Interior runway day. Emily's at her desk in the morning. Andy walks in, and Emily immediately pulls her aside.
Oh, good. You're here. I need to talk to you.
Oh my gosh, what's wrong? I know. I didn't get her the cranberry bliss bar yesterday, but they were all out, and
That's not it.
is she mad about the thing with Lagerfeld? I swear I had no idea he was allergic to camellias.
Andy, stop.
Is she mad about the thing with... Oh, sorry. If it's about the time I referred to Pronenza Schuler as she, I get it now. They are two men.
She finally stops to take a breath.
Andy,
Andy stares. What?
Miranda told me you can start doing the book.
Andy's eyes go wide.
You're kidding me. Wow. That means I must have done something right. How about that?
She smiles, very pleased.
Yeah. Whoopee. Okay, now.
She leans forward.
It's very important that you do exactly what I'm about to tell you.
Andy nods, listening.
And that's where we're going to pause for the evening.
Oh, I
All
hope I
right.
did.
Our script on a cliffhanger.
All right,
I
you
hope I
did a
did the
great
character.
job, everyone.
I hope
You
I
did
did the
great,
character
Heather.
justice.
Yeah, you were very good.
Yeah. Oh, look at that kitty.
Wow, what a cute cat.
Aww.
A
What's the
cute
kitty's name?
kitty.
What? His name is Lacey.
Lacey.
Oh,
Oh, I want to
Got
cuddle
him. We thought
him.
he was a girl.
oh.
Oh,
Didn't
All
we?
right.
It's adorable.
Didn't we?
It's so
Did we
cute.
think
That's
so?
adorable.
Stupid bastard. Yeah, that's what I thought.
I know it's super late for some of you, so if you need to cut out, by all means, do so. If you want to stay for a few minutes and talk about the first half of the script, by all means do so. So,
That was
I
a
gotta,
rush. That
I
was.
gotta disappear. It's 10
yep.
after midnight, and I gotta drive the kids to school in the morning.
Oh, it was fun
Oh
hanging
man,
with
it
you.
was so much fun. I
Yeah.
have to get going too, though, guys. All right.
Okay.
See you guys
Yeah.
Okay.
later.
Bye.
I'll be there for discussions for the second half.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
good.
Sounds
All
good.
right.
Toodaloo.
Bye.
There.
Bye.
Bye.
So, no
I
spoilers in
need.
the second half.
Yes. I need. I need to go now. As
Okay.
as I'm going to eat my noon lunch because it is 11:08
Yes. Take
and
care of yourself, John.
I
Hope to
have to
act
eat
with you in your
for.
group.
Yes, yes. Thank you. Yes. Yes. See you next week. I have to
All
go
right.
now. Bye.
Okay. Good
Bye.
night or good morning.
I am looking forward to the second half
So
next
am
week.
I.
Bye.
All right. Bye bye.
So am I.
Awesome.
I'm definitely coming back and being Miranda. That was
See, a lot of
fun.
action descriptions, not a whole lot of characters in this script, but every line they have is throws a big punch, doesn't it?
Oh, who
Yeah.
cares if there was not a lot? Like, honestly, just being able to step into the shoes of the villainess. Oh my God.
I don't
And
really think
each.
of her as a villain per
Oh,
se.
she's a villain. She's the quiet villain, and it was so heavenly.
I think she just knows what she wants and is just not very nice about it. And I guess if that makes one a villain, then maybe. But
Just, I love the chaos. I love chaotic characters. Oh, yes. Heavenly. Makes me feel alive.
Hannah, you did great as Andy. So
Oh,
Yeah.
you got that
Yes.
nice
thank you.
sweetness and naivety coming along perfect.
Thank you.
I think we played well off of each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. This was a good one. And it's hard to comment. Like I don't think I should open my mouth because I think I will just blurt out a spoiler.
Vicky, it should be on Netflix in Canada if you wanted to go watch it. Or Tubi,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, we should be able to find it.
Yeah, I have not actually seen this one all the way through, so just bits
Oh,
of it.
shame. Bad. You need to go watch it.
Oh yeah, I will maybe before next week. I'll have a chance. We'll see if I have time. So, but yeah,
It's
we can
actually
keep-
very good.
Yes.
This makes, I don't know if the actors are the same at all, but it makes me want to do Princess Diaries.
Oh, yeah, another Anne Hathaway.
Yes, I would love to do Princess Diaries and somewhat maybe be Mia for some reason.
Yeah, that would be a good one.
Oh, find me a script and we can get it on the calendar.
Yeah.
That's the hard part.
Yeah, it is. See if you can
Yeah.
find it, Heather.
Oh, it's on me. Oh, I guess I should have opened my mouth.
Yes, I just threw it and you caught it. Ah.
I guess I'm the troublemaker and I gotta get that one finished so we can do it before the end of the year.
Yes, we have time if we have till the end of the year. And please don't tell me how many days till Christmas.
Oh God, you know what? With all this last stuff that's happened in the last couple of years to me and my family, I would just be freaking grateful to get to the end of the year without chaos.
Yeah, sometimes it's tough. Well, Meryl Streep, she just has a way with any character. Yeah, she does do Miranda justice. So I think I will make a point of watching it. I know I've seen like 3/4 of it, but I'm always running away to cook and stuff, so
Well, well, it's okay. And you should join me in John's little group so we can act some more.
yeah. Yeah. I didn't write down the address. I
Oh,
saw
I
it.
got it.
Okay.
I will copy it for you. I'll Facebook it.
Oh, perfect.
Well,
Yeah,
and
but
one
it
thing
was
I
just
noticed when I was going through the script too was the number of lines for characters. You know, Andy at the beginning has very few, and Emily has a ton. And as we go through, they kind of go, you know, more like this. So Andy picks up
Yeah.
a lot more, and Emily drops a bit more.
oh yeah, I'm not gonna spoil, but oh my goodness, the poor girl.
See, this is an after talk that is so dangerous.
It's so, you know what, I could get started and then I will spoil it, but I don't want to do that.
Well, we could, since it is later than usual, we can pause for this evening and then pick up the whole discussion after the second half.
Yes.
So,
I think it's the
Yes.
safest decision you've made today.
Because if I, you know, my neurodivergency, if I'm really passionate about something, I could talk about it for hours, so I have to restrain myself.
Yeah, it's really hard.
all
I
right.
mean,
Well, we'll pick it up. Hopefully, all of you can join us next week.
Yes, I
Yeah.
will blow off whatever's going on, and I need to get back into acting more. Or just
Yeah.
last year was really hard because of health reasons, but I am back.
Good.
good.
It was nice to
That's
meet
not-
you, Heather.
It was nice to meet you. You should add me. You said you're on Instagram, yes?
I am. Yeah.
Yeah, here you go. Drop that.
Okay, well, I really don't trust myself, so I'm going down to the leave button right now.
All right.
Yeah.
See you, Vicky.
Bye, Vic.
Bye.
I'm gonna try to make sure I can make it next time.
Yes.
As long as my husband's here with the kids. So.
You have kids? You look like you're 18 years old, if that.
Oh, that's very sweet. Yeah.
Like the least you look is like 16 and the
Ah,
most is 18.
must be like some kind of filter or something.
No, you look like high school.
Oh, that's very sweet. Thank you. Yeah,
But
I've got
I dropped you my Instagram.
okay. I've got 3 boys.
Oh gosh, your hair's
Almost a
gonna go
noisy
gray
household.
fast.
Yeah, they can be a little rowdy sometimes. I put on a movie when we started so that they would be busy with that. But yeah, but now they're getting ready for bed, so I should probably hop off.
Yeah,
Yep, I need to put mine to bed too. So,
sounds
all
fun.
right. I'm going to hit the end meeting button